Spoilers and offensive content to come.
I'm a sad man, Dave. I'm a sad man because Flip Flappers is coming to a close. And since it didn't do all that great in Japan, and perhaps a dub will change its fortunes here, but...
Not likely.
Not likely. I don't foresee any more Flip Flappers than what we're about to see.
Too bad.
I can only hope that, much like Green Lantern, the animated series, which ended before its time, that they at least give us a very satisfying ending that can stand on its own.
I think pretty much the intro is what ends up happening.
There could be worse endings than that, I'll tell you what. That has some pretty big ramifications, that opening scene. That means they've met before.
It also explains why she got young again.
Well, it explains that it happened, not the why, which is fine and all.
Well, it means that all happened to her in
Pure Illusion.
Pure Illusion.
Yeah.
Wow, Mimi's suddenly getting, what is it, Bakura from Mortal Kombat syndrome going on here.
Oh, what was that guy? I know who you're talking about with the mouth.
Yes.
I don't remember his name, though. Oh my... Oh, God. She really is Ragyoing up. Like...
Yet still not as creepy.
Ragyo's way more creepy. And that's saying something.
It is.
Say it, Dave. Say it. Say it, and I will cleft you in twain with a giant fairy sword.
Just glad they finally said it.
Fuck you.
Can't say the same thing all the time.
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Folks, are you hearing this? And when confronted with his dark side, Salt shot it in the face.
I'm starting to wonder if the red gate also is part of the whole Switch thing. Because right there, his younger dark or light self, depending on how you look at it, was basically giving him the chance to go back and redo things.
That's right. Whereas
now that's red gate shit right there.
And I like that current Salt said, not things are shitty the way they are now. Gotta remember it and push forward. Just like when you pick the correct ending in Bastion. And I call it the correct ending because it is the correct ending.
I totally see shooting his younger self to not do that.
It's like a devil appears on your shoulder and you just fucking shoot it in the face.
Yep.
Fuck you. Everything has a washed out look now. Her outfit's different. You know what it's like? It's like if the real world has always been kind of affected by Pure Illusion.
I think she's still in Pure Illusion.
You think this washed out world is still part of it?
I think she's still in it. I don't think that she actually left it. Because it goes totally against what Mimi just said. Pure Illusion will always be there for you. And then all of a sudden, can't get access?
It'll continue to exist. Okay, maybe. Good call, Dave.
Nah, they gotta be in the real world.
I thought it was some kind of weird commentary that the real world's shitty. They're not wrong. Alright, that was episode 13 of Flip Flappers. I'll go with my impressions first, if you're cool with that.
Fire away.
It was a suitable ending. It leaves things open for more, because obviously Pure Illusion still exists, and there could be further adventures, but it also ends in a satisfying way that we don't necessarily need to continue, which is good, because the odds of seeing a second season of this are just about none. I think it was a really good last episode, really good wrap-up to things. I'm glad they didn't do the same thing that, what's that show called? Is that The Last Witch did, where they sucked magic out of the world. I thought that was the angle they were going for, until you pointed out, no, she's still in Pure Illusion. That's all I really have to say. I've sang this show's praises throughout us watching this the whole time, and I have no real thing to say that I haven't before. The worst thing about the show is the unnecessary fan service that cropped up now and then. The best thing about the show is just about everything else. It's very imaginative magical girls. Kind of draws away from the magical girls as a metaphor for hellish reality that has become the norm. I like that there's no set lead. It kind of shifts between Kokona and Paprika and some Yayaka in there. I got that we got to see resolution for all the major characters, and for Salt especially. And I know way back at the beginning I predicted that Amorphous was some weird part of imagination Salt was trying to get back. And I'm going to say that prediction was not 100% wrong, although it was more like 30% right. It's definitely kind of what was going on. I think my favorite character looking back is probably Yayaka. I just love that devious smile she has, and I love that she loves someone who, unfortunately, is probably not going to be able to reciprocate, unless it's polyamorous, but whatever. It's just a very, very magical, fun, imaginative show that I am sad to see not get the respect and the recognition it so truly deserves.
Its ratings were that poor in Japan?
It didn't do well. And, apparently people reviewing it, because otaku fuck nuggets exist on both sides of the ocean, and I guess a lot of men aged 18 plus, which as we've established is the shittiest demographic in Japan and here, kind of thumbed their noses at this. Because I guess it wasn't forced sad enough like a Madoka, or forced whatever, like whatever fucking shitty show they call their favorite anime. I really like the show, and I'm a little bitter that I'm not going to see more of it, and that more people don't recognize its greatness, to be honest with you. Dave, what did you think?
Salt was a bit of a dick.
Fuck that guy.
Well, he knew Kokona was his daughter.
Oh yeah. Deadbeat dad, ahoy.
Now, the only thing that can kind of temper that is Kokona obviously grew up in pure illusion.
Yeah.
So, literally, that may have been his first shot to actually see his daughter, is when she showed up with Paprika.
Mm-hmm.
And in that way, maybe he's not so much a dick.
If there is ever a sequel, I would love to see them trying to do father-daughter things and him being totally awkward about it.
Well, and he would be, because he's played the dark, sullen kind of character. But me calling him a dick would be as if she actually grew up in the real world. But she obviously didn't, because, you know, her grandmother was robotic.
Mm-hmm. Total evil robot.
Which actually kind of makes sense.
Oh, it makes sense.
No,
the show's not too terribly complex.
Let me finish.
No, I know.
What happened at the end of part 1 now makes perfect sense. Because the grandmother probably didn't exist until episode 2.
Didn't we see her in the first episode?
Did we?
I'm pretty sure we did. I am 99.999999 100% sure that we did.
Have to go back and watch that. I'd love to see a timeline of when she actually popped back up in the real world.
I think timelines would ruin this show.
That is true.
This is an ambiguity that I like. There's enough here for me to form thoughtful speculation and enough free space to wiggle around in to just have some fun with the fiction. And I would love to somehow get the rights to this.
We saw the Mad Max poster.
Yeah, we saw the Mad Max
now,
poster.
What?
There are a lot of movie posters in that room.
And this is where I'm going with this. Every single world they went to is based off of one of those posters.
Was there a Tron poster? I didn't see one.
A corner of one looked like it could have been. They never gave us full view except for the Mad Max one.
Mm-hmm.
But Charlton Heston has been in a couple movies like that. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't surprise... The fact that they actually had his name actually fully readable on there might mean something as well. Hilarious.
Who's your favorite character?
I gotta go with Paprika. I just like the crazy, upbeat style character.
I hate referring to TV tropes, but even though its user base is misogynistic and homophobic, the fact is, as a database for tropes that can happen in fiction, it has some use. And one of them is the manic pixie dream girl, which generally exists as a kind of wonky, crazy girl whose sole purpose is to bring a boy out of his shell. Now, Paprika's definitely manic pixie dream girl material,
Yep.
but she is done just so well. Is meant to bring a girl out of her shell, and I think there's no question that there's romantic feelings here.
Well, yeah.
And is just too delightful and lovable to really hate. She's kind of like if Mabel Pines was less lucid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a good choice. Neither of us named Coconut, but I'm pretty sure she's a favorite character of ours for a lot of reasons. Like, I don't know about you, I can definitely say I loved all the characters. I loved our main three girls. Like,
I like how Uxel.
That I don't know how to pronounce that name to save my life.
I like that he ended up in
Pure Illusion again.
Well, I love the fact that we got to see him in his adventurer form again, but the fact that he ended up in
the real world Illusion as a rabbit. Is that who you're talking about?
No, that he ended up in the possession of
Yayaka. You are terrible with names today.
Well, I was gonna say it right, and then I'm like, wait, no, that's wrong.
I think she was just watching him.
It wouldn't surprise me now if he stays with her.
Well, I mean, that's probably what's been happening. We don't know how much time has passed because Yayaka wasn't in gear looking up, like actively looking for them. It could have been some time.
Yeah,
could have been weeks or months even.
Still, the fact that he saved her in Pure Illusion, and then they're together, and I just like how she was taking a bite, then giving him a bite. The fact that maybe they had been gone for a while, and they were kind of bonding was just great to me.
No, it was good to see. This is just a delightful show. Very imaginative, very lovely, very, very well done. Only mired by some unnecessary fan service. That's it. That's the only real flaw here. Otherwise, this is like of the Friday 4, this is my top one. Just barely beating out Yuri on Ice, which is just amazing. And honestly, if Flip Flappers didn't exist, Yuri on Ice would be my best anime for... Like, I mean, at this point, it's honestly like Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann, Flip Flappers, and Yuri on Ice, with some Gravity Falls and Steven Universe in there from this side of the ocean.
Honestly, I put Yuri on Ice above Flip Flappers, but then again, personally...
I should know my order was very arbitrary. There's no order to that.
For me, I do have an order.
Mm-hmm.
And it's by very minuscule amounts, but it would go Yuri on Ice, Izetta, Flip Flappers, Keijo.
Oh, you're talking about just a 4?
For our 4, yeah.
Again, Flip Flappers isn't complex. We don't need wave motion canon comparing it to shows that are trying to be way more complex and, for my money, failing. Flip Flappers is a simple story. It's a simple story told with some inspired visuals. Not always high budget, but it's a simple story told in a great visual way with great characters and the satisfying conclusion. What more could you want in anything?
Pretty much.
If you could continue it, how would you? You knew I was going to ask this. I asked it for Yuki Yuna.
Well, the sky's the limit as far as Pure Illusion goes.
Mm-hmm.
So, just more adventures. No need for anybody else to be corrupted or any more red doors to pop up. In fact, I think they just avoid red doors, period.
You know it would come up if there was ever a second season. The red door is too juicy a plot point to not use.
It is, but they've already learned that lesson.
No, I realize, but a potential new villain won't have learned that lesson.
Well, and that more comes down to who can get access to Pure Illusion now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Who would a villain for a new season be? Could it be the weird Dark Girl? Wow, Carlos. Her from the Mad Max world. She got a lot of play in the last episode for sure.
Still got her ass kicked.
Oh, still got her ass kicked. Seems to be her destiny.
Yeah.
What about some kind of... you're gonna roll your eyes, but the idea of it, not the actual organization. What about some kind of Cadmus-esque organization from another country?
Rolling my eyes.
From another country that's looking to investigate Pure Illusion, and that can be a villain for a new season.
Eyes are rolling pretty hard.
Okay, you know what? Amanda Waller makes everything better.
You know something? We don't need an Amanda Waller. We don't.
She'd be a fascinating character, though.
really wouldn't.
Not exactly Amanda Waller, but someone like her who is super jaded and cynical, but through the actions of the Flip Flappers turns into like a good and noble person. That'd be a cool arc.
That would be a trope at its very worst.
I don't know why I'm even bringing up talking about another season. We all know it's not going to happen. So
hey, this studio has proven what it can do.
Then again, there was that Star Wars Episode 7.
Yeah.
And fucking Twin Peaks. Dragon Ball.
You never know.
There are so many things that have Fooly Cooly that are getting sequels that you never thought you'd see sequels to. So, I mean...
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. I like Flip Flappers. I'm not going to let internet fucknuggets ruin it for me, but I still hate them so much.
Fair enough.
You know, this is the last day of 2016 that we're recording this. Happy New Year, everyone. I think we're all glad to see 2016 die. There are worse things that we could have done than watch the finale of Flip Flappers on New Year's Eve 2016. I argue that this is a good component for a good way to end this shitty year. Dave, this is a loaded question, but would you agree?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Excellent. Carlos and Dave Anime Rave is your home on the web for the best anime review show on the internet. I say we're the best. There are shows that are better than us, but we're the best anime review show on the internet. AnimeRave.xyz. Watch us review things. Honestly, we hope it just makes you happy to do, especially in the coming dark times.
Tune in next time, everybody.